First, I'd like to make a couple of comments and then we'll ask some questions of Dr. Liu. In terms of acute care, Rancho's getting there. We have ICUs, OR beds, acute medical units, acute rehab units, and we're taking care of people who are very, very ill and just bringing them more quickly into the rehabilitation process. This entire evening has been the realization of my personal dream, which is, rehabilitation, joining the mainstream and part of medical care, because as one, we're either disabled or temporarily able-bodied, let's face it. And so this is relevant to every single person in this room. So let's just say that Rancho's an important partner in this entire scheme, and we're now bringing technologies to bear on overcoming disability and impairment and curing impairment leading to disability, and when there's disability, we overcome it to help someone live a completely incorporated life in the community. And we've heard some highly technical talks tonight, but I think the single message is that the brain, as complicated as it is, there are solutions, and there are prostheses, and there are approaches to capitalizing on the innate plasticity of the nervous system, and there are devices that can help us bridge the gap in the meantime. I'm extremely grateful that Dr. Liu is coming to Rancho to lend support to restorative neurosurgery, and it's going to be continuing throughout, certainly my life, throughout probably everyone's life in this room. I need to mention one thing, which is that we're a county hospital, and the only way this kind of thing can happen beyond what is traditional care for people with disabilities, which we are completely embracing with healthcare reform, patient-centered medical homes, primary care for persons with disability, appropriate specialty care. We also need the help from our nonprofit foundations, the Rancho Foundation, Red Law School is in our audience, and the Los Amigos Research and Education Institute, Julie LaPlante, I think, is in the audience. Yeah, there she is. And they are making it possible for us to have the extras that allow us to do the things that only we can do. Because there isn't any rehab hospital in the country that compares to Rancho. And I'll tell you this, because I've been everywhere, man. Like Johnny Cash said. I've been in New York, I've been in Washington. There are no rehab hospitals that have ICU and acute care and surgical suites, etc. And there are no rehab hospitals that do take care of those who have no one else to take care of them. So we see diagnoses nobody else sees, and we have expertise that nobody else has. And the only way we can provide these kinds of treatments is through getting federal grants and private grants. The only way we can do that is with our foundation help. And this is not an appeal tonight by any means, although I have my cards here and you can talk individually about it. But when I got here, we had no robots. Now we have a shoulder robot, we have a wrist robot, we're working very hard on getting a hand robot, an ankle bot, a locomat. We're working very hard on getting, I think we've nearly gotten there with bringing the interface. The only way we can do this is by attracting the best and brightest in academic medicine to come here. And I just leave you with that thought. So please talk to me more about this tomorrow. The point of tonight and tomorrow is to let you know what is possible, and it may only be possible here, believe it or not, because this is the only rehab hospital with these kinds of capabilities and these kinds of relationships with such extraordinary universities. With that, I'll turn it back over to Charles.
Okay. Question, please.
Two questions.
Yeah.
Should you be performing the
we do perform pediatric epilepsy surgery at LA County USC. LA County USC is a full-service pediatric hospital, and we have done many highly successful pediatric epilepsy operations already.
That's my understanding. You don't perform those for adults.
When Dr. Azen asked me if you do BMI, I said, you can. There is no magic to hemispherectomies. It's a psychomotor exercise that can be quite readily accomplished by competent surgeons. So the answer is we have not, but we can.
Will you?
With the appropriate patients, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, Dr. Chu.
Or Christine, do you have, you've seen memory deficits after removing the campus for neotemporal sclerosis?
Christy, you want to answer this one? You want to come up here? Christy's my partner in crime here.
When we decide to do epilepsy surgery, specifically temporal lobectomies, part of the workup to get to the surgery is a complete neuropsychologic battery for each individual patient. And the results of that are always considered as part of our decision-making process. Most of the time, people with temporal lobe epilepsy will demonstrate memory deficits that are very measurable, specific to one or the other hippocampi that are responsible for the seizure onsets. Our neuropsychologists can tell us whether their memory deficit is language-based, perhaps in the language-dominant hemisphere versus visuospatial-based memory. So most patients already start out with a memory deficit when they have a medically refractory epilepsy. When we take the hippocampus out, the patients are then tested again 12 months later after their epilepsy surgery. Most patients actually do not change with respect to their memory. We do not see a decline, and sometimes we'll see an improvement in their overall memory. So we do know that the other hippocampus that's left is doing its job. We test that before we actually do the resection to make sure that the patient can withstand a temporal lobectomy. But 12 months later, typically, memory is at least at their baseline prior to. It hasn't declined. Many times that'll be better.
Thanks, Christy. I love it. She talks about surgery. No, it's fantastic. Yes.
It seems that you're moving towards this neuromodulation stimulation of the hippocampus or whatever part of the brain, and you're actually going to go away from surgery. It looks like maybe we can control the seizures that way. Is that the direction?
Yeah, that's the idea. I think that I two of my surgical epilepsy fellows are sitting in the audience, and I tell them all the time, I'd love to see myself out of business. But during the time when we actually have to be there, we need to get a lot of this research done because otherwise we're going to lose an opportunity to do this. I think that what we see is that, for example, with brain tumors now, we don't do a lot of biopsies anymore, right? It's no need. We have, Dr. Azen and Dr. Tafigi and I just met this afternoon about trying to upgrade our MRI capabilities here because, there are a lot of developments in non-invasive strategies to diagnose these things, and certainly with epilepsy treatment. The advantage of stimulation versus resection is that stimulation is reversible, right? You can turn it off and presumably resort back to your baseline level of function.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Tomorrow we should have a bigger crowd. We'll be meeting over there. What time is breakfast? My day?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. sleep, get up early, get back. We have a lot of very, very interesting things to discuss.